Hello, the internet. It is Saturday, the 21st of August, 2021, and welcome back to the channel. Dating. Dating during COVID. That's the topic of discussion for this very stream. But before we get too deep into that, I want to acknowledge the Chisel chats. I began with hello the internet. Tim came in and said hi Benon. First thumbs up. I really appreciate the thumbs is up. We're on a mission here on the Gives a Minute live streams to say a massive dun 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 to the trolls by giving as many thumbs ups as possible. Now in this instance I see 5 watching and 5 thumbs up. Those numbers add up perfectly, so thank you so much. I don't see any thumbs downses, so I really appreciate that. That's a clear message to those that want to hate on me and that want me to fail. They're not going to. So I really appreciate you. I appreciate Tim being the first one to do that. Chadsky says, I showed up seconds before the countdown started. Chad, that's good timing. Very good timing. I said smash that like button, folks. Yeah, thanks. Mind you, that's actually not me doing that. That's the Stream Deck putting an auto command into the system, but I might change that up from time to time. But Stella Beth, hi guys. Hello, Stella. Hey, I haven't given anyone cheerses. Tim, little cheers for you, man. Normally do the cheerses on DLive only, but sometimes on the YouTube, I feel like a cheers. It's AM for me. It's 9 AM, right? If a morning cheers. Could be evening for you, wherever you're playing. You could be drinking whiskey. I'm drinking water. Hey. Stella Beth, how you doing? Chadsky, smashed my friend. Thank you very much, Chad. How you doing, buddy? Hey, Stella. Hey, Chad. G'day. Tap, tap, tap. Perdsky, evening all. Good evening, Perd Beer. See what I mean? Evening for Perdsky in Berlinsky. How you doing, man? Will the use of face masks in public, in pubs and clubs in some backwater Hicksville give ugly people a better chance of scoring? Only birthing rates and tacky weddings will tell. Tim, getting right into the conversation. Right on. Hey, Chad, Stella, and the one and only Mr. Perdsky. Perdsky. Evening, Tim. Hey, how's things, Perds? It hides a double chin, Stella. There you go. Chadsky. Hey, Tim. Perdsky. Perdsky. Evening, Chad. Tim. Chad, you enjoying life? Always, Tim. There's Gives. Chadsky. Tim, just unwinding after a long week. Open up a cold one. Hell yeah, Perdsky. I salute that. I'll give you a little salute-skis. Good move, Chad. I'm lucky I moved in with my girlfriend right as the pandemic hit the US. So you effectively forced things, I suppose. Well, not forced, but now you're stuck with each other, right? Even if it doesn't work, you can't really do anything. Mindy's channel. Hello, Mindy. How you doing? Good to see you. Nice to have you. Nice to know you. Ben on rocking the bureaucrat look tonight. I don't mind putting on a collared shirt for these YouTube streams. You know me. I dress up for you. Trying to put on my best appearance here on a Saturday morning. Aero Gamer, hello Aero, how you doing, man? A little cheers for you, buddy. Good to see you, good to have you, good to know you. Perdsky, Mindy, hello Mindy, Aero Gamer, and that's the chat, folks. Let's bring it up so we can all play along on the screen. So, here's the situation. The reason this popped up, I guess in the last 3 days, maybe 4 days. By the way, hello if you're watching. I'm not going to name names, but I did start conversing. I did start interacting with a female through a dating site. No need to name names unless she wants to come on and name the site. It's irrelevant. Now, she's in a lockdown area. She's in an area that just got announced for... Oh, hold on a second. Be careful here, dude. Can we not mention the C word at fear of YouTube dinging the crap out of this? They've already got a little banner at the bottom of the screen saying the official... We're not here to talk about the C word or about political whatevers. We're just here to say, do you know what really sucks about YouTube? The fact that I've got to do this to cover myself. Like, I want to talk about my situation and the global situation, but every time I do it, and I'm on a ding already. Like, if I get another ding, I can't upload content for 2 weeks. And then if I get a third ding, and that's up until November, my whole channel gets erased. So I want to be super clear. I'm not here to talk about the C word. I'm not here to talk about the politics behind it. I'm not here to talk about... So and by the way, if you want to start that in the chat, I'm going to delete you because I don't want you to jeopardize my channel. So we're not here to talk about masks don't do anything, COVID's a hoax, There's an inside jab. We're not here to talk about anything like that. And if you do, I'm gonna delete you because this is my channel. The risk is mine. Even putting the C word in the title of this stream is sailing pretty close to the edge. So be very, very careful. I'm being careful. I want you to be careful. But I want to talk about this situation. So she is living in an area that just got announced further lockdowns until end of September. So right now we're nearing into the end of August. I'm in an area that is locked down until today, unless they change it. And so do you remember that this lockdown began last Saturday when I was out IRL streaming? So that's a 7-day snap lockdown, but that expires today, or unless they change it, unless they add more to it. She's in an area that's locked down until the end of September, again, unless things change, and more than likely it'll get further and further. So we're conversing through the app, or now we've moved into a private chat, another app. And the question I've got is, what happens here? Like, how does this, because like usually, probably within the first maybe week or two, you get to sort of work out, yeah, this is going well. Okay, well, let's take this into the public. Like, let's go and meet, and you'll go to a publicly chosen place, and there'll be people around, and we'll have a drink. And then if it continues to work from there, when you've got the physical one-on-one chemistry, then you can go into the next phase and the next phase and blah blah blah. So what I'm saying is, what happens now, given that realistically, that second phase won't happen until, at the earliest, the end of September, if it happens at all. So I know from meeting girls on apps and online well before COVID that there is kind of like let's call it a window. There's a window of I'm not going to use the word opportunity. That's the wrong way to describe it. But there's a window where both parties have to show that they're more than just a keyboard warrior, right? Like, you can be the smoothest criminal on a dating site, and you can have all the right answers, and you can have all the great conversation. But then when you meet someone and they're absolutely dog shit boring, it cancels all. Like, I've gone on dates after chatting with a girl for 2 weeks or whatever, and I've just been looking back after the date. I've gone back and read through her messages, and I'm like, dude, you totally misrepresented yourself. You're not anywhere near like this in person. Now, that could be nerves. You know, it could be a situation that you're not aware of. So then you go and have a second date, and everything is either confirmed or you were wrong, and you go and everything's fine. But here in this COVID situation, you're forced to play that game constantly, right? You're forced to, and let's be completely clear. Everybody can be better than they actually are if it's just typing words. Everybody can. So what I've done, and I will read the chat, I'm definitely going to read the chat. I just want to get this preamble out. But what I've done is I've made it like super clear to this person that, yes, I'm chatting with you on this app, but I do have an online presence where you, and that's why I said hello if you're here, because she may be watching. I made it very clear to her that I have more than that, so that there is something that you can tick off certain things, like, oh, okay, he hasn't lied about his height, or he hasn't lied about his eye color, or he hasn't lied about his hideous hair, or whatever it is, right? He hasn't lied about anything, and there he is with a physical presence online. So that, in many ways, that's kind of like, not an advantage, but that's sort of getting around the it's like getting around the tricky situation. But then again, I've been this way, by the way, 6 years on YouTube, coming up on the 28th of August, 6 years to the day. So I've been this way for well and truly 6 years minimum, but before that with other things and whatnot. And bless her cotton socks, she did send me, she has a business which has an online presence as well. So she sent me her online presence. So there's a confirmation. But I guess what I want to throw over to the chat is, first of all, does anybody else have any experience with this kind of situation? And if so, what did you do to, Well, actually, you probably don't have the answer because we're still in the COVID. Like, oh shit, I just said the word. We're still in the situation. I'm being very careful not to even say the word. I guess the question is, has anybody else met someone during this situation and continuing to see them throughout the situation? That's the question. Like, because we're still within the situation, you can't say, well, everything worked out fine because although it is kind of strange because the rest of the world's moving out of LDs and our LDs are getting heavier and heavier and heavier, but maybe the Northern Hemisphere feels like it's all over. So maybe if anybody is up in the Northern Hemisphere can give me some tips and advice here. So in the Chisel chat, let me read this. Aero Gamer, hello Aero. Did I say hello to you, man? I think I did. I don't know. I'll give you a second cheesy if I didn't. Mindy, hello Mindy. Aero Gamer, morning. But I didn't force anything. Chadsky says, I didn't force anything. We beat the buzzer for sure. Luckily, we like each other because here we are a year later still getting on. So you're probably the... Chad, you're probably the actual test here, dude. Because you jumped into this before the C-bomb hit. And you don't have LDs right now, but it's still not over and you're still together. Chadsky, best you delete your last comment for Ben on safety. What did Chad say? I didn't see it. Oh, the P word. I mean, you can... yeah. Isn't this a strange situation we find ourselves in? We want to talk and we want to... Like, arguably, the only thing that can help us is talking, and we're not allowed to. Like, we're not allowed to talk about... we got to talk in code. What are we in high school? Are we passing notes between each other? And I'm not talking about dating here. I'm talking about just living. We can't even man, YouTube is so messed up like that. Like, we can't even have a discussion for fear of saying the wrong thing. How far are we in? I'm not even allowed to swear. I was going to say the F word there, but we're not even allowed to swear. Chadsky, a good friend of mine has been relying on dating apps to meet people, and it's been a trial for them to meet others just out of respect for how people treat the C word. So, are you saying, Chad, that you're using the dating apps to then go and meet in real? What was that noise? It's probably just this house settling, you know, the movement of the house and stuff. Are you saying you're still meeting in person? Because there's no way you could date. Like, we physically can't due to LDs, but even if there were no LDs, you're still masking up, right? Like, would you go on a date wearing a mask? I guess that's the question. How are you going to kiss? Like, are you allowed to kiss? Like, are you allowed to touch? Are you allowed to even shake their hand, touch their shoulder? Like, what? Like, really? Like, realistically, if you can get this thing just by walking past somebody, that dating's out, right? Dating's out entirely. Aero Gamer, in Melbourne, if you're single, you can nominate someone else living outside your 5-kilometer radius for relations. Oh wow! But really, so there is a loophole here. Huh, Aero Gamer, I did not know that. So you can put someone's name down and say, I'm allowed to go. What, do you have to get tested and confirm that you're both free? And what about the V? What about the V? Do you need to have the V? Dude, I did not know that. It says, Aero Gamer says, in Melbourne, if you are single, you can nominate someone else outside of your 5K LD radius for relations. Wow. Aren't there exemptions for people visiting partners? I think I read that. But then again, what if you're not really partnered up? What if you're just a Casanova and you're playing everybody? I mean, look, I'm not suggesting that's what's happening here, but I'm just saying, what if that's what you do? What if before the C-bomb you were out with a different chick every night or every weekend? What about the gay guys, right? They go off right? Gay dudes can have whatever they want whenever they want. Do they just change the name on the specified 5K radius relation guy? How's that different to going to the store and getting a loaf of bread? You're going and seeing someone you met online. You know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. Just predicting the future here. 2022, I bet we find out that's where a bunch of local in the community cases came from. Not just hold on, calm down. Not gay people, relationships. Got to be clear about that. I suddenly want to back out, Tim. You want to back out, but I feel like how people feel about the current situation is part of discovering chemistry. Oh, okay. Chad, that's an interesting point, dude. So you're saying that a very, not a strong part, but a huge part of relationships is discovering the inner workings of the other person and how they feel on topic A, topic B, topic C. And in this case, topic C is the C-bomb. You're saying that can make or break the relationship. And you do all that first on the keyboard warrior. Okay. Chadsky, here in the US, in LA in particular, asking someone if they're the V word is common question lately on the dating apps. It's like the first line of defense. Yeah, okay, interesting. I get scared of guys online. Stella, you do? What for? Like, what? Hang on. You're scared of... Is that in general, or is that because of the C word? Why are you scared of guys online? Benon, has she seen the video of you wearing lipstick? Well, that's the other thing, Tim. She's got a lot to go through, right? And there's no hiding that. So she's going to have to come across that at some point. By the way, what are we going to give her a name? We'll give her a fake name. Well, what are we going to call her? I'm trying to think of a good fake name here. I can't. Valerie. Yo, Valerie. Well, that's an old name. Bethany. That's also an old name. Look, let's just call her Kevin. I've been watching a bit of House of Cards lately. Kevin Spacey. Oh, you thought it was a girl? Whoa, did you predetermine me? Yeah, she's going to have to go through a lot of my content to find that, and then I can explain it. I mean, she'll get a giggle out of that. It's not that bad. She might even say it looks good. Chadsky, I had to warn my current girlfriend that my internet handle Shishka has multiple Urban Dictionary entries about me. Right. I don't know what a Shishka. That's the Greek tobacco thing, isn't it? Pertsky, does she know you stream? Yes, she does. That'd be weird. She's probably watching now. She more than likely would be, I'd imagine. Does she know you wear rubber suits? Now, Tim, I know you like a good giggle, but here's the thing with me. There's nothing that's out of the ordinary, and there's nothing that's hidden. So I don't wear rubber suits and never had. If you want me to wear a rubber suit, you can donate to have that happen. But let's not make shit up here, Tim. Chadsky, we literally moved in together. I met a family the week the C-bomb dropped in Korea. She's Korean. Oh, wow. Okay. Dude, Chad, you've escaped. You've just slid in there, dude. Like, you escaped. Hey, you're like the Stephen Bradbury who won at the Olympics in Australia like years ago, where everybody else fell down and you just went on the is it ice skating? Or was it? Yeah, speed ice skating, and he just went over the finish line. That's how you are right now. You just went. Everybody else is having a shocker with relationships. We just slid in through the finish line before they did the LDs. Chadsky, said friend using the dating apps spent quite a lot of time dating remotely, and when the chemistry was enough, attempted to meet at social events to do public things together. Okay. Berejiklian has banned rimming during the pandemic. Now, again, we have to keep this a level up. We can't talk about certain things. I'm going to assume that's one of them, Perdsky. I don't know for a fact, but I'm going to make an assumption here. I don't think we can talk about that on this stream. And I wouldn't even know what that is. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. We were planning to go to Seoul, but had to call it off due to the P word, which is researched recently in Korea. Oh, okay. Interesting. Call her Sheila. Sheila, that's another old name. Sheila. Tiffy, I could call her Tiffy. We know there is nothing hidden. We've all seen your bum. When would you have seen my bum, Tim? Wetsuits are rubber. This is true. This is true. The Stephen Bradbury of dating. I'll take that. That's the dude. Yeah, the dude. Yeah, yeah. Luckily, it wasn't during Mardi Gras. You know, I had the best time at Mardi Gras in 2000. What year did I work for Census? That was 2000. I get my own history mixed up. Luckily, I've got all the tapes, but I get confused when I was first living in Adelaide, and then the years that I came back to Sydney and did graphic design. I either did that from 2003 to 2006, but then I was back in Adelaide 2007, 2008, all the way through to 2013. But I had the best time. Those Mardi Gras, I mean, that was loose and chaos, eh? If we have to watch the level of maturity of our posts, I'm stuffed. Well, we have to, Tim. We have to. And as the streamer, I've got to protect my own interest here. This is maybe my favorite Give stream yet. Is it, Chad? Is it really? I'm genuinely inquiring about this. I don't know. I found an article here from the Washington Post. I guess we could bring this up. It's no video, but how has the pandemic changed dating? Here are 7 tips for getting back out there. Let's take a look. I'll make this larger so we can all read along. Isn't this a strange thing too? I've discussed this before, but isn't this strange where I can read you? This is the zaniest thing about the internet. I can literally read to you from the Washington Post, right? I can read this article to you. Yet if I was to play, if there's a video embedded in this page, which there probably is over on the sidebar or something. Actually, this looks like one of the rarest ones where there isn't an embedded video. So my point is, I can read this to you, no problem. Like, I'm not going to get dinged for copyright by reading you this news article. Yet if that was a video and it was hosted by CNN or Washington Post or whatever, and if I played that, my stream could get taken down for playing the video. And I make this to you, I put this out there. They're all just pixels. Like, I'm literally showing you pixels on the screen. These are pixels. That's pixels. Moving pixels is a video, so that's just more pixels moving. But yet one is somehow more copyrightable than the other. It doesn't make any sense, right? It does not make any sense. But to play by the rules, let's just read this. So it says here, the coronavirus pandemic flipped the dating world upside down. Instead of the traditional after-work drink, singles experimented with virtual dates and masked walks. Any physical touch, even a hug, required a conversation first. Yeah, true. Many daters self-quarantined for weeks just to have a meal inside with someone. Wow. Can you make the sex without touching? That's a tricky question. It was a lot of work, but those rigid COVID-19 dating rules did provide a framework for seeking romance during a pandemic. Did I just... dude, because I'm reading it. Now that about half of American adults are fully V'd, the traditional in-person first date is returning, and many of us are clueless. How to date was the most searched phrase in DC last week, according to Google. Nationally, searches related to how to date are at a 5-year all-time high. I got a sneeze here. COVID? Crikey! I keep saying the word. Very, gotta think, man, think. I feel like this is Chad speaking. I feel like the way the P word has changed dating is that you want to align on how you feel about it with your potential partner. Nothing else has really changed. That's not true though, Chad, because I just illustrated how I can't go and meet this girl until the end of September at the earliest, if at all, because I'm not V'd, right? At the end of September, the likelihood in this country is that they're going to say there's now restrictions in place for those who are and those who aren't V'd, and I've been getting a lot of flack from my family about how that's going to roll out for Christmas. You got to get V'd so that we can all spend Christmas together. That's an assumption that they're making that the government's going to split us up and say, if you're not V'd, you can't come here, you can't go there, you can't do this. Now, at that point, I'll go and get the V, right? I'm not holding out for anything like majorly political or any whatever. I'm holding out because last time I got V'd, I got the sickest I've ever been in my life. And I said to myself, hell no, never getting a V again. I got V'd back in 2006 for the flu. And I don't really get flus, but that year I was down and out with the flu. And I said, this is because of the V. I'm not getting a V again. And all of a sudden, 2021, and it's all about the V. Technically, the IP owners of that article could take down your stream. I mean, that's a possibility. I tell you what, I'm not even going to go back there then. Tiffy, please excuse Tim. He's Bennon's dirty, depraved uncle. Okay. I didn't see what Tim said. Hey, I resemble that comment. You do resemble that, Tim. David, 2010, how you doing, man? How you doing, David? Good morning, mate. I didn't know you were on, but I'm over on DLive as well. I'm not on DLive. This is an exclusive YouTube stream. Every Saturday morning or whatever time this is for you, or wherever you're watching this content, this is my weekly YouTube stream. I still don't know why I do this on YouTube, because they hate me, but I do it. I guess I do it because I like putting on a shirt. If I'm being honest, I like putting on a collared shirt. I'm gonna apologize. I suppose I've assumed the V word is accessible as it is here in the States. That's my bad. It's all right, Chad. I'm super. I'm on thin ice here as it is with the YouTube. So I just don't want to do anything. And I probably shouldn't have gone over and read that, because as Perdsky said, technically, yeah, that's their IP. But what I was saying is, and it's two different stories here. Why is video so bad yet reading isn't? And you're right, Chad. You're right, Pertsky. They're both IP. They're both protected intellectual property by somebody holding the copyright. But yet, if I and we did it with the Olympic site, right? And I got it. That's where I got my first warning ding. I played content from the Olympic Games website, which was a instructional video of how skateboarding works, surfing and skateboarding. The first time they've ever been in the Olympics, and my skateboarding history goes back to childhood. Very, very excited to see how the Olympic Committee will explain skateboarding to the public that's never really understood skateboarding. And we watched this video, and they did a real good job. Like, it was real good, actually. And that's what got me dinged for playing that video. Yet we were on the Olympic site looking at all the schedules and all the athletes and all the sports, everything like that was fine. But you click play on that video, you're out of there. And this the SOCO, what's the Olympic Committee? Anyway, they've been issuing out DMCAs across the board to everybody that's touching their content. It's supposed to be the global game. Not really. It's all about the money. Gotta go. I'll catch you if I'm back in time. No worries, Tim. Chatsky. Also, if Sheila is watching, Gibbs is a great guy, which I hope is made clear by his seeking advice from his friends. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, man. But also, I hope you like surfing, because he doesn't just surf, he inspires several of us to go out in the water and do our best as well. Chad, that's really kind, man. You got dinged for the Olympic stuff? That's ridiculous. It's so hard to find good Olympic footage on the net. Dude, the Olympics is that's a no-go zone. Do not touch the Olympics if you're streaming. Do not touch that site. Do not touch replays of any of the sports. You will get taken down immediately. They're all over that. They're as bad as the Beatles for music copyright. They're all over that. But speaking of surfing, yesterday I went out and made that video with the GoPro and the method to stop the water beating up. The surf was very, very little, less than a meter. It's even smaller today. Like yesterday was peaking at 0.8. Today's peaking at 0.7. And it's also cloudy and like overcast, and the water is cold. So I'm probably not going to go out today. I went out and had a look this morning. Doesn't look great. I'm going to go out and have a look again at the end of this stream, and maybe I'll go out. But I did get a message from, I'm not going to dox their names, but you know who you are, from Nowra. If you're thinking of coming out today, my advice would be don't. It's lousy. It's cold. It's overcast. So there's no sun to warm anything, and the swell is minimal. And the wind's going to pick up as well. So I would say My advice, this is the Saturday morning surf report with Gives a Minute. Don't bother. Wow, I could that's the thing. I could literally do a live stream every day where I talk about the surf. That's an interesting idea. The O word is as dangerous as the C word. Got it. That's it, Chad. Your winter is our summer. Water is nice and warm right now. Got to go to County Line this weekend. Well, that's the other thing too. Like, I'm very, very lucky because of the lockdown. I'm super close. Like, the beach is just out my door here, so we can go 5Ks from here. 5Ks takes me. I could go and surf the river mouth. Not the river mouth, the lake. That's as far as I could go. 5Ks, I could even go across to Comerong Island. That'd be pushing it. But a 5K radius definitely lets me surf. So, but the question is, do you have to wear a mask? You might say, don't be freaking stupid, Gives. Well, the law is, if you're exercising, which you're allowed to do within a 5K radius, you must bring a mask with you. That's what they said yesterday. The change in the law is, it always used to be exercising, you don't need to wear a mask. Now the rule is you must bring a mask. You don't have to wear it, but you've got to bring it. You don't have to wear it, but you've got to bring it? Isn't that the strangest thing? So having it on you is protecting you? Like having it in your pocket? Or what? That doesn't make it... You can be fined for not bringing a mask with you when you're exercising. How is that even logical? And how am I supposed to bring this with me surfing? I'm gonna lose it. Then I won't have it for when I go out to the store. It's weird. Isn't that weird? Like you search the newsouthwales.gov.health.au directives from yesterday. Everybody exercising statewide has to take a mask with them. That doesn't make any sense. I also go to a climbing gym 2 times a week and I wear a mask while I climb. I mean, I've got no problem with the mask. That's why I have it handy. I keep it right on top of my wallet, which is next to my key, so that when I go out anywhere with Steve Van or to the store, when I walk to the store, it's the first thing I touch. I never forget, right? I pick it up, wallet, mask, keys, phone, off you go. But to wear it, or to have it on you while exercising, I don't know. Doesn't seem to make any sense to me. The New South Wales government doesn't make sense to me. Well, I think what we're going to do on that note, because that is getting a little heavier than what I would like, let's wrap this up here. I want to thank you all again for the likes. We got a dislike. We got 5 watching, 6 upvotes, and 1 downvote. To the downvoter, thanks for watching, and thanks for contributing that way to the stream. Isn't that funny? You watch my content, and you downvote it, but you didn't say one thing negative to me. You know what that tells me? You're a coward. Instead of saying what you could have said, you downvoted it. So the opposite is, everybody here that's been saying how rad this stream is has given it an upvote. And they've all been commenting on how good this has been. And you, Mr. or Mrs. Coward, instead of saying, hey dude, I'm watching your content and this is what I hate about it and this is why I'm going to downvote it, you sit there silently and downvote it. You, sir, are a coward. Absolute coward. Lousy, right? The internet, right? Speak up, you useless, lousy specimen. There's nothing good about you at that point, right? You can't even vocalize what you think is wrong with this stream. And don't tell me you don't have a keyboard, because how did you get to the stream? Absolutely lousy. But there are lousy people. I guess that's proving it, right? There's lousy people out there in the world. There's lousy people out there. I get a lot of them in my streams. I get a lot of them on my content. Here's the thing. If you don't like me, let me know. I'm an open book. If you don't like what I'm doing, let me know. I'll try to fix it. Whatever it is, I'll try to appease you. But if you don't say anything, how the hell do I know? I don't know. With that said, have a lovely weekend, folks. Enjoy yourselves. Stay safe. Catch some waves as if you can. I'll see you all next time.